this life, gotta make your own deals, chase your own thrills, pay your own bills. On the outer loop, sitting on chrome wheels, phone synced up to the newest chrome bills. On air, who cares if it's right or wrong? I just care which guests they invited on. Without a minute to stall, and there was liquor involved with some hype songs. And the night is young. Right on cue, the talking begins, and we check out what Steve Bills got on the blends. A bit grimy, a backdrop from the late 80s to the mid 90s, till it finally takes us to a rhythm that works. And K Chrome spits a verse that he didn't rehearse. Both flex skills, proving it's all in. So gather round for the newest installment, Chrome Bills. Episode number.
So we got to talk, in other words.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Chrome Bills episode 106, and it is my pleasure to announce the guests for tonight's show.
Who are you?
The one and only Doppelgangers. The Dop Gang is in the house. What's up, fellas?
Hey, yo, glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah, I'm straight up and down. I'm very pumped for this interview. I feel like we are catching you guys in your prime.
Hey.
And I love it. I'm sure there's better things to come. But I just have a quick question right out the gate. Is that I'm late to the game. You know, I just found out about you guys in the last year. But it seems like the output and the pace of material is just insane. Like, it seems like multiple releases a year, including some instrumental projects and some EPs and albums. Do you guys have plans to continue that in the future?
Hey, to tell you the truth, we're probably gonna end up turning it up a little bit.
Whoa.
Okay.
Because we're just gonna we feel good right now, man. We're just gonna just probably about to start going on an onslaught, just putting out some stuff. We got a lot of cool stuff we've been working on, so now we're excited, man. Just gonna start releasing. Yeah.
So for our audience out there, we got Matter of Fact, and we also have EP. They're the two members of Doppelgangers. And to Chuck's point, by my count, you guys have 13 releases since 2008. Is that about right?
That's crazy.
I mean,
that might be the case. Yeah.
So do you think that that's a product of the way that, you know, with Spotify and so many different platforms are out there now, that you feel like you have to create a lot of content, or do you that's just how you naturally get down and you have a lot of outlets for it?
Yeah, I mean, to tell you the truth, we never really, people say that to us a lot, like, you know, you guys have a good pace and you put out a lot of stuff, but to tell you the truth, we always feel like that we could be putting out more stuff, to tell you the truth. So now we just, you know, we're lucky to have, you know, to have things in-house and to be able to make music on our own time. So we just take advantage of the, you know, of the circumstances. You know, I know other people don't have it like that. So yeah, we just like to just stay active and just always messing with cool stuff, keeping the blade sharp, you know?
Word. So this is what you guys do full time?
Essentially,
man.
Sometimes
like,
you got to supplement here and there, but
right.
Got a little odd jobs.
Right.
Yeah, you got to pick stuff up here and there, but yeah, man, music. I mean, it's crazy because we never thought it would do anything for us, and it kind of just took us by surprise. And you know, the minute we started touring, it was like domino effect, and then you know, we were actually able to, you know, to even see any money come in from it, which is weird. We just didn't expect it.
So how did so by my estimation, it seems like, I don't know, Hark was 2013, and that was, from what I was reading up and then from listening to it, it seemed like the first really full, proper album that you guys had put everything into. Was that a result, or if I'm wrong on that, correct me, was that a result that you'd already been touring? How did the touring start? Like, what did that come after?
It started with with Loan Sharks, like a year before Hark. We put out Loan Sharks, and you know, at the time, you know, we didn't really have that many people checking for us, but like, you know, we were proud of the project. We put it out, and I remember the first, we had it up for sale, and the first dude bought our shit by accident. He may hit us up like, "Yo, I meant to buy the vinyl. This the CD." He was like, "Damn." He was like,
Nah, he said vinyl.
No, he said I buy vinyl.
Yeah,
He
from
said,
another country.
Yeah, he said 3 words. Vinyl. We're like, nah, that was the CD. Your man was like, so our first sale was an accident.
And actually, I was gonna go to the specific medium, so it's funny that he did it by accident. Was it just CD at that time?
Yeah, just CD at the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Digital. So then we put that out, and then we kind of just started shooting. Well, before that came out, we started shooting videos, and we kind of continued the like onslaught of videos we were doing, And then before you know it, you got contacted by company out in Europe that wanted to press a vinyl. And then by this time we were looking to tour already, but we didn't really know anything about
We got denied.
touring, so we got like denied. Like, you know, you guys
Really?
yeah, you guys don't have enough, you know, it wouldn't make sense monetarily for us to bring you guys out here and do this and do that.
Was this you reaching out to booking agents?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were just straight harassing people. You know what I mean?
Right. That's a good way to get laid and paid, you know?
Yeah, it's the only way to do it. Yeah. And then the vinyl deal that we did and happened to sell out. We didn't know, we weren't expecting that.
Wow.
And
what's the first
name
single?
of that release?
Doppelgangaz.
Yeah, Doppelgangaz.
Doppelgangaz. All right, you gotta cop that.
Yeah, you still have copies of that for sale?
Lone Sharks is the album that we have a hard time keeping stock of. Like,
Okay.
We plan on doing some proper re-releases. You know what I mean? But that one in particular, you know what I mean, people have really grabbed up like crazy. So yeah, it's like one of these days we're gonna just bring everything back, especially that.
Sure.
But yeah, after that, things kind of changed. Like momentum changed, and before you know it, the year after Lone Sharks, we were touring in Europe and stuff like that. So it's pretty quick, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, that's a pretty quick turnaround. Did somebody contact you and say, you know, your vinyl sold out, we really want to get, or did you keep knocking on the door until you knocked it down?
I think it was kind of like a combination.
Yeah.
Like we were hitting up different agents, and then the one we were talking to responded to us and said, "Yeah, I think we could do something."
Okay.
That's what's up.
And were you like, nah, fuck you. You didn't want to fade us a couple years ago.
Pretty much. Nah, we were just happy to go out there.
I mean, honestly, man, we didn't even think it was real. Yeah. Like we thought when we landed out there, we thinking like, yo, is this a real tour? Or is a black man about to just come?
Yeah.
Right. Y'all about
Who
to be
else was
some
on the
kidney
tour?
donors or something.
It was just you guys on the tour? Was it just you guys on the tour?
Oh yeah.
It
was even weirder too.
Yeah.
Like, you just want us, like
Straight headlining, and because at the time, you know, we haven't really had the opportunity to perform to like an abundance of fans.
Right.
It really just changed it changed everything, man. Just to see like dedicated people just going in night after night, it was crazy.
So you guys have a DJ or you just
Yeah,
rock?
we have our same DJ to this day, Johnny Quest.
And we had to scramble for him.
Yeah, we didn't
even have a DJ.
we didn't have one, so I'm happy that he thugged it out with us.
I felt like that was Steve throwing his hat in the ring, by the way.
Right.
Just in case you guys didn't have a DJ.
Listen,
Should I travel? I travel.
if you guys are auditioning for third MCs, you know, I'll kick a freestyle right now. You know?
Black Eyed Peas, man.
Right.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
So when you got over there, was it a pretty slow build up, or did you hit the ground running in terms of crowd size? Because the videos that I've seen of you guys performing overseas, it looked like pretty much everything's been live from the jump.
I mean, yeah, it's always been pretty good. I mean, it's definitely got, you know, the crowds have filled in more over the years, but I mean, we were generally shocked by the amount of people. Like, you know, we'd have some venues, they weren't big per se, but, you know, they'd sell out. Like the first time we were just like sold out. Like we couldn't believe it. They were telling us, we won't name names, but they were telling us other artists came through the same spot, you know, artists that, you know, established couldn't sell it out. And we were just like, us? It was crazy. It was definitely like, man, it was surreal.
Well, it's
and on the timeline, this first tour is what is it? It's like 2000. It's the late knots, or no, 2012. Okay, so that reason.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it sounds crazy even saying that.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have, I know in Europe in particular, and especially in places where English isn't the primary language, that sort of golden era boom bap rap music really takes a hold of audiences over there, and you guys have that shit on lock. Have you, as you've progressed forward after having done those shows, do you sort of cater to that audience, or do you try to throw something new at them every time you go over? Or you just do what you do?
Yeah, we just do what we want to do. Like, you know, we've been told that, you know, our latest stuff could, people, you know, some people get angry at us, say it's trap, and it's just like, I mean, we're just too influenced by everything, you know, every piece of music we hear from every genre is just, I mean, we just love music, so it's just hard to, you know, to not be yourself in that sense. When we're making music, we can never be like, you know what, it's gonna be this. Like it's just too hard, you know. So, you know, we get backlash sometimes. Sometimes people love it. We get new fans because of it, but whatever. That's never our goal. Is not, you know, to really cater to anybody. We came in the game doing what we wanted to do at the time, and we're just gonna keep doing what we want to do.
Right.
But, yeah.
I mean, I think it's like the shrapnel theory in the sense of the first album I checked by you guys was Parts Unknown. Or I guess that's an EP. And I was like, yo, I love this. This is awesome. Let me dig into what these guys have done. And then to go what was essentially only 2 years prior to Peace Kid, which sonically they're both great records, but it's so different. And it's more in line with what I would typically say my 90s nostalgia bullshit is still hung up on, so I'm like, yo, oh my God, this is like the greatest record that's ever come out. So it's amazing that you guys could do that and it be so genuine and so close in proximity, and I could see how someone would be like, oh, this is different. But I think what's cool about you guys is, and that's why I asked the first question about pace, is it seems like you find the way you feel about something and then you just go after it with the same approach and the same attention to detail, no matter what the sound is.
Nah, thanks for saying that, man.
Yeah, for real, that means a lot.
Yeah, because we definitely we're the type of group, I guess you could say, that we can make a song tomorrow that sounds like something that has a nostalgic sound, and then we can make another song that sounds like a polka record. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We just kind of we just like messing with stuff and seeing how things come out. And we're influenced, like you said, by everything. Like of course, influenced by stuff we grew up on, as well as stuff that we've heard yesterday. So we just kind of we just love it all, man. And we can't truthfully say that we alienate this type of music and we only like that. So I think you kind of hear that in the music, because it's just like whatever tickles the fancy.
Hello.
Yeah.
Right. Both of you guys digging in the crates, making beats.
Oh yeah, I mean, everything we do is like.
I hear samples in pretty much every single record I've heard has been a sample. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I mean, not every song. I mean, it's funny, man. We've had songs where people go, "Love the sample you guys use," and it's like we didn't use a sample.
Right.
It's a lot of, we like to distort a lot of sounds. We we like to manipulate sounds and stuff like that and make them dirty. And so we could have a synth or a bunch of chords or something like that, and by how you mess with it, it could sound like a sample. But for the most part, definitely. I mean, we're always going to take a piece of something. Like it's just different elements that we like to use.
Well, to the point of being able to maybe not cross over a bunch of genres, but be able to have a bunch of different styles on one record. Don't Shoot a Lie. The filter at the beginning of that, as it fades in, and then when the beat drops, and then to have that on the same record as Holla ×2.
Right.
Actually, this is one thing I did want to ask you, and I actually wrote this down. I was like, so it says Holla X2, Holla ×2. How do you pronounce the name of the title? Holla ×2?
It's like, I mean, initially we wanted it to be Holla Holla.
Okay.
Ja Rule got you.
Okay.
We don't want to infringe on Ja, you know what I mean?
Right.
Ja got it.
Right.
So we call it Holla ×2, and now it's just like when we talk about it, it's become Holla ×2.
Right.
You probably could have kept some contact iTunes sales if you would have done Holla Holla.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You get little 3-word emails. Like,
Yeah. I bought this.
Ja.
I buy Ja.
I buy Ja.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to tell me my man was like, I booked tour, and he ended up being your booking agent.
That would have been fire too.
So let's start from square one, from either songs that you've done in the past, something you're working on now, something you'd like to do. Does one of the other person usually set it off with the beat, and then you say, all right, I got the verse? How does that all come to pass?
I could definitely say there's no clear cut path to a song. Like we had times when E could be working on a beat and maybe even lay a verse and say, I had this idea, or I had an idea for a hook, or sometimes with a like me, that's just like a phrase that I heard somebody say. Then I said, yo, we got to make a song called Like With Like Me.
Right.
And then the beat and the hook and the verses came afterwards. You know what I mean? So it's kind of funny. Like I feel like songs end up getting made from just randomly. It's almost like on an album. It almost feels as if a lot of the songs were made in different ways, like an idea first, a verse first, a hook first, a beat first.
Made just sitting.
Yeah, sometimes it might just be just on the spot. So it varies, and I guess I know the word gets used a lot, but I guess I guess you know things are just a little, you know, try to keep things as quote unquote air quote organic
Right.
as possible. You know what I mean? It just
Well, the jam that jumps out for me with that is Smang Life. Like, it's like you guys have your own little inside jokes, you know, and then when you flesh them out as a song, I was like, you're like, that's such a dope idea. And then is it Big Josh that's sort of talking the shit at the end of the song about Smang Life? Okay, yeah. Because, you know, it's that kind of stuff from, like, you know, people sleep on when it's just one person, you know, it's pretty interesting, the ideas that'll come out of that one person's head. But when it's two guys or it's a larger collective, it's like you guys start speaking your own language. And for you guys to flesh that out as many times as you have, it's really impressive.
We appreciate it. I mean, when you know, it's crazy because, yeah, when you spend so much time around one another, like, you know, you kind of become like, it's really what we said about the whole idea of being doppelgangers. It's like, yeah, we don't look like each other, but it's, you know, we're the same person. It's like you're on the same wavelength, you're doing the same things, your thought process is pretty much the same. So yeah, I mean, it's just this little circle that we have, and I guess you don't realize it when you're in it, but when other people point it out, you realize you're like, you know, you're in your own world. It's
Right.
weird.
I'd imagine, so did a lot of inside jokes and stuff come out of touring Europe the first couple times?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, okay.
A lot of stuff we spoke about, you know, things
Beforehand.
we speak about beforehand come true, and like we mentioned countries and songs that like we were never in, and the next thing,
Right.
yeah, you know what I mean?
about to start rapping about we're about to just start
Millions
rapping
and
about
billions.
nothing but money.
Right.
So here right now, and you know what I'm saying, and it'll just come
Just-
to life.
If you guys could rhyme something with Chrome Bill's World's Most Famous Podcast and just like
Oh, for
put
sure.
that
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
clairvoyantly into a verse,
Yeah.
we'll see where we're at in the year.
everything we say comes true, man. So,
Yeah.
we'll definitely do.
Actually, while we're on that, is it too soon? I want to jump into a question lyrically. Is that there's a rhyme on I think it's on the first song on Parts Unknown, and it says, "Yo, I heard that MRSA back. He got cursed with a pus-filled bursa sack."
Right.
And like, I want to say that I legitimately had surgery to remove a pus-filled bursa sack that they thought was MRSA, and I was like, when I heard that rhyme, it's in the first track, first listen, I was like, yo, who the fuck are these guys? I've been rhyming for 10 years. I've been trying to rhyme about anything that comes in my life. How did I miss MRSA back, bursa sack? Like, how the fuck? I was like, all right, these guys are one-upping me right now. What's the background on that?
I mean, we've been
Medical world,
we're enamored by medical field, food world. There's a lot of great words in those fields, and it's just like, you know, not everybody's using them, and it's there's amazing words, like just stuff that, you know, perfect for rhymes, perfect to rhyme with other words, and if you're not familiar with it, then you're really like missing out. And it's not that we go out of our way to do it. We just kind of like come in contact with weird. I mean, I you know, I look up weird shit on the internet. I'm big on watching like cysts get popped and shit. So like,
Right.
you know, so, you know, but a lot of times it's like stuff that weird shit we're into, you know, we get involved in that, and then you just start realizing how much can be used in, you know, in the rhymes.
Well, to that point, I sort of picked up on there's a narrative in a lot of your stuff. The overall vibe sometimes would be tongue-in-cheek, but the narrative will be, you know, a shorty that might have some physical attributes that other people aren't into, but you're down with, and she happens to be making you like some Prosecco or something. You know what I mean?
Some plum wine and
Yeah.
a bum spine.
Yeah.
Plum wine with a bum spine. Yeah.
That's a beautiful analysis right there.
Yeah, it's right though, because our thing is to always be as grimy and weird and fucked up as like the topics we choose to talk about.
Right.
We feel like,
All right, I got another question then.
yeah.
Shit rocks,
Uh-huh.
right? Is this about someone like copping Viagra because they can't get a hard on? Is that like, I feel like there's some deep, like, because it's like the not even half chub, shriveled like right out the bathtub.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's about like, you know, I mean, it's about kind of like two scenarios where you can't get your shit rocked. You know what I mean? And
It's happened to the best of us.
it happens to everybody, and it's just like shit that we want to talk about, and you know, we feel like everybody else is gonna brag about how they got like, you know, a 10-inch Johnson, and like, you know, we're over here saying like we can't even, our shit can't.
Right.
Baby dicks can't even fill up with blood. You know what I mean?
I told this shorty like, yo, like, you know, a female tried to tell me that, you know, how like that men have it easy, like just just from an anatomy standpoint. You know, I try to tell her, yo, listen, you don't understand. Like, yo, I gotta defy gravity.
Hello.
I gotta go against the laws of science in order to procreate.
Right.
Yeah, I know women have to carry children, and that looks very very difficult. But you know, we gotta defy the laws of gravity.
Well, when you think about it too, the idea that you have this one energy source coursing throughout your body, and you need it to go to one place for like maybe 3 or 4 minutes at the very minimum in order for life to continue, you know?
I was expecting the word to be maximum, but go on.
He said minimum.
Right. Now, is that, have you noticed that allows you to relate more to your audience? Because I've always wondered why people made songs that are like, I'm going to beat your ass, fuck your girlfriend, and then steal your money. Like, why would I go to your concert? I don't want that to happen to me.
No, we get people that come up to us and like, dude, like, you know, my chick's hit, bro, but I love her. You know what I mean? You're like,
right.
You know, like, there's other reasons why you probably do love your chicks. It doesn't have to be a freaking supermodel. You know what I mean? Like, you should be proud of her. If you get along well with her, then
if your shit gets rocked,
you
get along with her.
Right.
That's all that matters.
Right.
Yeah, we get that all the time. The craziest thing, though, unfortunately, I guess sometimes is that we get taken a little bit too seriously.
Yeah.
And dudes be like, yo, I love you guys shit, man, because I be doing all those drugs like you guys. And we're like, shit.
Right. I listen to barbiturates 12 times a day, just popping Xannies. Like, nah,
don't do that.
Yeah. Well, so to that point, are you, and you don't have to get too personal into it if you don't want to, but are you guys bunned up? Are your parents into your music? Like, to what degree does the tongue-in-cheek stuff get called out by the people around you?
Honestly, man, I think people who know us, they wouldn't expect our music to sound any other way. Cause this is how, I mean, this is just nonstop. Just, you know, this is how we act in real life. So, you know, that's what made us you know, want to input that in the music, just because, you know, we didn't want to, you know, we didn't want to have a situation where you know, we hop in the lab with, you know, with kind of like playing this role and that, like, we just like, yo, this is the same shit we talk about when we're just walking around. We're gonna do that shit in the songs. You know what I mean? That's the whole like philosophy behind it. You know, so pretty much the same shit we talk. It's pretty much the same thing with a beat behind it.
Right.
Yeah. Have you guys ever censored each other? Like, you can't say that?
Oh.
We don't. The one thing we do, I think we both do it out of respect for our mom, is mom. We don't have the same mom. We don't really use the word pussy.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
When talking about, you know, female genitalia, I used the word one time. I'll never forget when I was young around my mom, and she wasn't having it.
No.
I said that kid's a pussy. My mom is no saint. You know, my mom likes to curse and all that, but
she made the FCC look like Sam Kinison on that one.
She said you can say labia pump, but don't say pussy.
Right.
So is it safe to say that you just saying pussy right now was a Chrome Bills Doppelgangaz exclusive?
Right.
It's probably very rare that, I mean, like, it's
I can
really
edit it out.
That you hear like, you know, I feel like, you know, I think we prefer to you know, find cool ways to say stuff, and we're not always about the most direct, like, yo, you know, it ain't always about the most direct way of saying things for us. You know what I mean? So instead of saying that, I might just say one of the million other synonyms. Actually, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know? So and to tell you the honest truth, like, I prefer it that way. So it's all good.
Now, so I watched a couple of interviews, so I won't ask the same question that they did. I'll ask a variation on it. They were asking who would be the main person you'd want to get in the studio with. And I know, EP, you were saying Dre, you know, in terms of how meticulous he is. For as much touring as you guys have done, and we were talking about, and I can't believe we've gone this far in the interview without shouting out the homie Dez of Pig Food Records for setting this whole thing up.
No doubt.
He had you guys down to Albany after Dude Computer had put him on to you guys. Who is somebody that you'd like to tour with, or at least rock a couple of shows with?
Oh man, there's a lot. I mean,
Trying to get up in that touring wise. I'm trying to get up in that rodeo.
Okay. Okay.
That'll be fine.
Crazy. Yeah. Just people who really just know how to put on a show, man.
Yeah.
Really just great live energy, and like, you know, aren't concerned with like their ego or their image on stage. Is literally just like let loose. I mean, that's kind of how we are, and I mean that a person like that would definitely be ideal.
Person with a budget trying to get
trying to get the set.
Right.
Pyrotechnics
Yeah, the set popping.
Is that, don't let me get too metaphorical with you guys, but is that where the cloak comes from, where you're sort of hiding the details of who you are and your ego and just letting the music shine through? Or is that you were just zooted one day and thought, let me throw this thing on?
Well, no, yeah, like, cause yeah, Matt will tell you it definitely has a deep meaning. Like,
yeah, it's like you know, when we just started just picking the camera up and making videos, man, like, you know, we weren't like, you know, there was once upon a time when dudes were more into, you know, copping gear, sneakers, and just going sick, you know what I mean, with all that stuff.
Right.
And, you know, those days kind of subsided, and dudes is trying to, you know, scavenge and whatever bread we got, we just putting it into, you know, into the music and trying to make things happen. And then it comes a point when, you know, you just got a holy wife beater as your main go-to.
Right.
Pretty much, you know, we just started wearing the cloaks, and it's like they represented just kind of just, you know, just doing what you had to do with like the tools at hand. So, you know, it didn't matter what gear or what outfit we had out, we just threw the cloak over it. And then so like, you know, we just kept it rugged.
Right.
You know? We kept it rugged, just threw the cloak on over, and then over time it's almost like it has the opposite effect. And now it's like now I feel like it's it's high fashion, you know, the cloak nowadays.
Right.
So it's like, you know,
I think it goes to Caesar's point earlier too, where it's like the inside jokes within you guys. It's like you almost create this world within the music, because when I first listened to the most recent album, the first track is like, yo, we about to chinchilla the cloaks. And I was like, I have no idea what these guys are talking about. I just like the rhythm of the flow, and this beat is hot, and I'm sure it makes sense. But then like once you get into it, it's like, yo, that's a statement to make at the beginning of the album. Like, it's a very definitive way of like saying, all right, we're here. This is this EP. I'm about to chinchilla the fucking cloak.
Right.
Yeah,
Something that, you know, would initially be you know, a cheap thing that we bought. It was to cover up the even worse looking gear than the gear that was cheaper than the cloak was. And it was like, you know, and then now to say like, yo, now I'm gonna chinchilla this bitch. Like, you know, now like this, it's just not coming off us. Like, you know, we're proud of it. And not only that, we're gonna get like a version 2.0.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Different color. Throw some fuchsia on it.
For years, it's definitely gonna be black still, but material wise, like for years, our cloak has just been a big do-rag. You know what I mean? Like,
That's a big fucking do-rag.
The joint is see-through. The joint
Okay.
is see-through. The joint is not weather resistant. The wind goes right through it.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
you know, it's not the, you know, the cloak. These clothes have been through war.
Yeah.
War. Like I'm talking like all over the world, all kinds of bodily fluids. You know what I mean? Lost,
ever get
found
lost?
them,
You ever got
lost them,
lost?
had them flown back out, mailed back. It's, you know, it's crazy, man. Yeah.
So wait a minute. I can't just skip over that one. Is it literally like a huge do-rag for like an 800 pound person?
No. I'm just saying,
Okay,
like quality wise, it's like
okay.
we've been told quality wise that I think it was Combat Jack told us that
They're transparent.
it looks like a big do-rag because it's like it's you know, it's not the thickest material,
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but you know, one day we might hang those up in a like kind of like the vintage like Batman suit. You know, we might just hang it up in a frame, and then just maybe
Come through with the Ben Affleck.
Yeah, come through with the
what that shit.
come through with the metallic with lace with kryptonite.
Yeah, you might not want to rock a leather cloak on stage. Like 3 songs in, the thing will weigh 400 pounds from the sweat.
It'll be fire to come out to though.
It would be.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah. You got to James Brown that piece real quick though. Throw it to the ground. Now, do you have? I know one of the questions that we put out on Twitter, and you can follow Chrome Bills on Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, all that shit, iTunes. The homie Rapswell, who I think is somebody you've worked with his group. He said he got a beat from you guys on the most recent thing. Does that name ring a bell?
Yeah. We met him years ago, man, in Brooklyn, I want to say. And I mean, just go always tell that's a good dude, man. And, you know, we just met him on the street as just, you know, somebody that we thought maybe messed with the music, but he's quite talented himself.
Absolutely.
Group mates and just somebody that we've actually stayed in contact with, which is really cool, man, because music it really does bring people together. So
a question that shout outs to him. Indeed, one of the things that Dez also wanted me to ask was, so you got EP, matter of fact, Big Josh, who I've seen in the videos, in particular, he sort of steals the show in the Barbiturates video, We're on the Boat. And I know you got Johnny Quest, you said is the tour DJ, Thonio, a singer on a couple of songs. How did you guys all meet? Do you like have weekly meetings on Fridays at 5 to sort of game plan, or things just sort of happen on their own?
Yeah, every Friday. Nah,
I met E. I've known E since we pretty much touched placenta juice, and I know this man pretty much damn near since birth. Like probably I don't know, like probably
first or second grade.
something like that. No E since, and then Big Josh moved.
Sixth
He
grade.
moved around. Everybody just moved up from from the city at one point or another. He moved up here in 6th grade from Brooklyn. That's when I met Josh. And Johnny Quest, the DJ, he used to engineer SOBs.
Okay.
So we opened up for. Do we mean opening up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joe Budden.
we opened up for Joe Budden twice in a row. Actually, his manager Crystal at the time showed it there. She showed us a lot of love, and we opened up. It was like dream come true for us to be SOBs and all that. And then and John was engineering the show, so he just happened to say, "Yo, I like your stuff," and then we just he's like the type of person that just has mad energy, smiling, laughing. Like you feel like you know him for years when you first met him, and that's pretty much what happened. We just kind of hit it off. We hit it off quick, and then we didn't even know that he DJ'd. Tell you the truth,
We probably didn't. Just when we asked, he was like, "Fuck
yeah, I'll do it."
Right, yeah. I want to go to Germany.
Yeah. So we didn't know he DJ'd at first, and then we asked him if he knows anybody, and he was like, "Yo, I can do it." That's how he came about. And then Tonio, we've known for a while too, actually.
Probably more than 10 years.
Yeah,
At this point.
and he's really talented, man. Always. I mean, yeah, we got some cool stuff for him in the works, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, dope vocalist. But yeah, we just always in constant contact, just always planning stuff. And best believe we got some group chats popping, and we just sending ass gifts just to each other nonstop.
How about Jim Jones? Is he in the crew too?
Jimmy's in the crew too.
I wish, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How did that one come about?
Yeah, for real.
The one where he's got the the
Does he
song
even have a
about
verse
prison
on there, or
money.
He's just talking.
Big Josh had a
he talking that
laryngitis.
Black cloak.
Black cloak shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that Black Cloak vamp shit.
That's crazy.
It's actually even the way that we even met Tonio, because years ago, when we were first starting to make music, we got in contact with Daryl Branch, who goes by the name of Digga, who's did 50 Cent's Many Men and Can't Stop, Won't Stop for the Young Guns.
Yep.
And we saw him at a mall, and we were so into music.
Garden State.
Yeah, in the Garden State Mall. We were so into music that we we would check people's websites and all that, and I just happened to recognize his face. And we didn't say anything to him when we were there, but we sent him an email, and just like, "Yo, you think you can check our stuff out?" At the time, he's like, Grammy nominated, and it's like, you would never think he would even hit back, and he did, and he showed us a lot of love, and he's really just been, he's just a good friend now and a mentor from the jump.
Wow.
And he was rolling with Cam and Dipset, and he was part of the whole
Children of the Corn.
Children of the Corn. So
Crazy.
that whole Harlem kind of connection we've had since we've been in kind of like high school. And so kind of, reaching out to certain guys in those camps is, thankfully, I guess, a little bit easier for us. Not that we would ever abuse it, but it's just kind of cool, to even kind of have those kind of ties, because it just, I'm sure for other people, it just seems so random, that we would have that. But it's actually not, it's just, we've kind of been affiliated kind of with it almost for 10 plus years now.
Right. Well, that's one of the things that really when Peace Kid was the first thing I got introduced to, but then when you get into the instrumental EPs, "And" is my alarm clock, you guys, it's crazy. My girl was the other day, she's like, "What is this? I really like this." And she's not really, she could give a shit about any music that I make, but she likes you guys, I guess. So, but you guys have such a wide, variety. It's like, I feel like you could, if you were a restaurant, somebody could go in there, anybody could go in with whatever appetite that they have and get what they want from you guys. And it seems like that would make it easier for you to connect with a bunch of different people.
We appreciate that. And we seem to hear that. And, you don't, as the creators of the music, you don't really know how people take to your stuff. So, pardon me, I'm going through puberty. It's crazy that, it's just crazy that, that we would even make something that, could apply to this person, that person. And,
right.
Or even just us getting on Ray Donovan, having our stuff on affiliate.
Holy shit, were you?
I didn't know that.
You were on
Okay.
Ray Donovan?
Oh, shit, really?
I don't know
What-
what Ray
what
Donovan
song?
is.
What song?
I just acted surprised.
It's a show.
All the time too. Yeah, they used to be.
That's crazy.
My voice cracking again.
Good pull by them. Shit.
Fuck it, you're on TV. Your voice can crack all you want.
So I mean, but to know that it could work in that setting, Hollywood, you know,
Right.
like Showtime. I mean, to think that like our music would even be a fit for that, I guess kind of shows that, yeah, I guess it does have wider appeal, and we're definitely appreciative of that.
Now, speaking of making shit, I have to ask you guys, for all you talk about women making you food and they better do it right, are either of you nice with the skillet?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say that I'm official, but and I'm definitely interested and definitely you know, messing around.
Okay.
Messing around the kitchen. You know what I mean? No question about that.
Yeah, food world is something that we're really interested in. I've always been. I mean, like we said, not only just because of the words and stuff, but
right.
you know, it's just another form of like expression too. I mean, and
straight art.
Yeah, it is, and you know, I'm on YouTube. I'm subscribed to like every food channel there is. It's just something I'm into. You know?
We're trying to get like Dezmatic. That's what we're trying to do.
Okay,
Right.
he throws down.
Who's the nicest food rapper right now? Doppelgangers, Bronson, or Dezmatic? You know, that's a tough one.
And shouts to Action Bronson too, because he really
He put that on the map, dude.
you know, that was a lane that. Excuse me, like I can't even speak right now.
You're eating too good.
That's a lane that we've always discussed. Like we were like, you know, is there a way to combine these worlds? We love the like we said, the terms used in the food world, and we're like, you know, we love food and, you know, good food and different kinds of food, and we're always open to that. We're like, you know, how could you mesh these worlds? And he really just took it and ran with it. It's amazing to see, man.
I feel like Wu kind of hit on that
A little bit.
Maybe, you know, Wu kind of introduced the world to that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
for sure.
The Fat Boys too. Just
the
so
Fat
they didn't
Boys
even have to talk about it. They were just doing it.
But I mean, to like really like, you know, have shows about it and not to be like, you know, this is an artist that's just like eating somebody's food, but to, you know, have critiques for the food, rate the food, background information on it, appreciate it, the culture behind it, the story behind it. So
definitely.
So to that point, give us the illest meal that you had in Europe.
Or even just favorite country.
Don't say pussy.
Yeah.
That's always good.
Braised pussy.
I like when we get Turkish food in Germany. I'm a big fan of it. It's a simplistic preparation, but it's just really done well. And I mean, I feel like when you ask chefs about simple food, they say it's the hardest to make because, you know, it's about getting the best ingredients and showcasing the simplicity. You don't have anything to mask anything. So I feel like the Turks, man, it's very, you know, it's like, I guess, very similar to any other Mediterranean cuisine. But specifically when we go to Turkish restaurants, I just feel like we just always eat well. I feel like
No question.
I saw when I first heard the records, and I had, you know, like the cover of Peace Kid. You don't really see like the frame. I was like, man, these gonna be some fat motherfuckers, and you guys are in better shape than any of us. You know what I mean?
We're working on it.
Yeah.
I couldn't gain a pound.
He is metabolism. It's crazy.
To save my life, man. Dude, I eat like a horse, man. Just nothing happens, man.
Well, so one of the things that I feel like maybe it was sort of tongue in cheek and it was going over my head on that, but you said you have some physical maladies. Matter of fact, is that like a digestion thing, or is that just sort of something you were joking about?
The joint skipped out. What'd you say?
So I thought like there's been some points with like the one where you're talking about the Pakistani soups, like kind of fucking up your stomach and everything. Do you actually have like some physical maladies, or is that just something you joke about?
Well, nothing consistent. Just isolated. So a lot of things I speak on are just isolated incidents. You know?
Some IIBS, isolated irritable bowel syndrome.
You know, something just fucked me up for the week or something like that.
Okay. I was worried about you, man. I'm glad to hear it's nothing serious.
I was like, right when I heard you guys, I had really honed in on a lot of the New York City references, like Gowanus and Astoria. But when I realized you guys didn't come a lot, was I believe one of you talks about eating baked by Melissa cupcakes by the dozen. It's like, yo, cinnamons, I eat them by the dozen. I forget the exact lyric. But I was like, it's such a insider New York thing because I don't believe those are available anywhere else. There's probably 5 or 6 in Manhattan, right? And they're so tiny that like I used to joke that I would get a 12-pack and it wouldn't even make it to the corner. Like I would just start walking and eating them and it was just gone.
Yeah, I feel a special connection because I had actually like met like the main Melissa. I think it was his. Melissa.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was walking down
We're on Spring, right?
Yeah, I forgot. It's like so her main store was like a square in the wall, and I just walking by it, and I just saw this line, And I was like, I just went up to it when I was with my friend. I was like, yo, what is this? And they're like, yo, you got to try these cupcakes. So she gave me a sample, and I was just talking to her, and she was saying how she uses the kitchen because it wasn't a storefront. It was like the side of a storefront. So she was like, we use the kitchen from the restaurant that we're attached to. And then, so at the time, it was just one. This one. And then I was like, yo, these are popping. I was just saying, yo, these joints are crazy. And then, yeah, it's crazy how many they have now. You know what I mean? It's like it's a bunch of them. They got one even in the Garden State Mall, and yeah, they're doing the thing. Yeah. She's doing the thing. I see, online game. I ain't gonna lie. There's been times when I just ordered a dozen online.
Right.
Oh, that's a good move, actually. The funniest thing I ever did, I live in Lower Manhattan. There's one on Fulton Street, and I tried to go up there on Valentine's Day. It was craziness. Like 500 people in line.
Oh.
Like, you know what? Fuck it. I gotta wait this out.
Yeah, them joints are fire.
They're really good, man.
It's funny to your point too about the simplest things are the hardest to make. I remember one time I was at a party and straight up I was just eating a piece of fried chicken, and I asked the guy, I was like, yo, what did you put in this? He was like, it's just salt, pepper, flour, and then you just get a really good piece of chicken. I feel like the same kind of thing with you guys' music. Like when I sit down and start breaking down the different elements of every beat, and then how you guys, particularly like on Don't Shoot a Lie, where you come in, bust down my shorty, and she's 40, and then the second verse in the story, she's 80 years old. You know what I mean? Like
the spider veins and the crow's feet.
Right.
Hey.
You guys have a knack for making something very complex look easy. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
Yes.
I mean, it's hard
to take credit for
that. Yeah, because we don't even know what we're doing half the time, or even how somebody's going to interpret. So, I mean, to hear it like that, it's just kind of... Yeah,
actually, can I phrase, in response to that comment, can I phrase the question this way? Yeah. What, as you guys are both producers and both MCs, like what is the level of keeper, if you will, right? Like for beats and production, or you could just do it as full songs. Like,
that's a good
are we going to find out that there's 50 songs from the last 10 years in addition to everything you've been putting out? Or is it more like, we make a ton of beats, but the rhymes are always the ones that stay? Like, how would you equate to like the level of keeping?
It's kind of like that.
Like
there's tons of beats, and people ask us this all the time because some of the instrumental releases we put out, people go, "Why didn't you rhyme on that?" It's not about how hot the beat is, even per se, or whatever the case. We have to be able to feel like we, feel compelled to write lyrics to it, and that's just as simple as it gets. Because a lot of times, why didn't you rhyme that beat? Can't you rhyme that beat? Why don't you guys go back and use it? And it's like, I mean, maybe we could, but it really, the way he and I work, we have to feel compelled to rap on it, and it's just as simple as it gets.
Yeah, because we made, there's a lot of beats being made, so it's never an option to be able to rock over, the majority of them. So it's kind of just like, what are you drawn to?
Right.
And so there's beats that we love and that we think are fire that we just, for some odd reason, just never got drawn to them to write to them.
Well, the comparison that I first came up with after listening to your guys' stuff was the beat nuts. And one of the things that I see a similarity in terms of albums is that, sure, you'll have your 4-minute, like you'll have the Holla Times 2, you'll have that beat. And at the end of certain songs, you'll just sort of throw in like another 20-second little gem for them. Or you'll have like a full 90-second interlude as its own track, in addition to the instrumental albums.
Right.
How do you choose which one of those are just going to end up as instrumental albums? Or I guess you kind of already answered the question. If you don't feel compelled, like when I heard "And," I was like, holy shit. But now when I hear you talk about it, I'm like, it's just such a beautiful beat. If you felt like it stood out on its own, more power to you.
Nah, thank you for that, man. And it's I think, I love that beat a lot too. I actually find myself listening to it all the time. And it's just, I guess, sometimes it could be about the even something with like a sample, for example, or like a vocal sample in the beat or something. It could be a situation where, I'm not saying this is the case with "And," but,
right.
But it could be a situation where you don't feel like your vocals are riding over like a sample, right? Or something might be conflicting, and they'd be like, I don't know if my vocals sound good over this, but I like how it sounds, and I think that the people should hear it still.
Well, you make such good use. I think it's hark back to, hey yo. Like particularly at the beginning where you're sort of dancing around that for the first 4 bars, and then the rest of the verse you're sort of flipping it in there. I don't know, man. Like I feel like we've had some other guests on here that I sort of know like personally as homies, and I'm like, yeah, your shit's cool. And then we'll start like, this is the first time I've ever interacted with you guys. You guys are just dope as shit, man. For any of our listeners that haven't checked your stuff out, there's a reason that we're big up in you guys as much as we are. You got such an extensive catalog.
For
You
real.
guys, maybe it's this pen, maybe it's the limoncello. I don't
got
know, but I'm
obsessed.
feeling it.
I straight up got obsessed with the music like the past couple weeks, man. I've
Steve
been
was the
going
one
in
who
like
sent the
24
email
hours a
where
day
he
and
was like,
shit.
"I've been sleeping."
Yeah, I feel
Yo,
bad.
well,
My bad, yo.
Yo, appreciate that. Man.
Nah,
Definitely.
we don't we could care less about anybody coming on late to what we're so appreciative of anybody who wants to listen to our music because it's just like
we remember the
Yeah.
days when we you know we were hyped because we had we reached 1 rack on YouTube.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
And
That's big.
Those days, you know, triple digit. We were like, yo, we killing it, 800 views.
right.
I said, yo, mom.
The part with the first time we uploaded.
Oh yeah, we had we uploaded it was like an old video.
Yeah,
and,
first video ever shot.
Yeah, so we uploaded the video and we racked up like how many views?
Like 2,000.
2,000, and then we had a little complication, so we had to get a new channel and re-upload it, and we were like, damn,
so
we
sad.
like life is over, man.
Right. Were you about to say something that you talked to your mom about something after it
I was
popped up?
like, yeah, when we reached that 4 digit, I was like, yo, mom, quit your job.
Right.
You know what I was like, yo, I'm gonna start you out like, you know, something like, you know, we get you like the Cherokee. I'm gonna get you the, you know, the Cherokee decked out. You know what I mean?
How old are you guys?
29.
29.
Okay. So, and you've been, in the last, I guess, 8 years, how long have you guys been working together exclusively?
Oh, I mean,
He's gonna make it do math right now.
Well, so, I mean, basically, like, you guys have put in a lot of work to get to the point where you're at now. Like, you just didn't meet 2 weeks ago and you're like, let's do Holla.
right?
Yeah,
No, I mean, it's been 10 plus. Well, all right, as like the Doppelgangaz and fully forming our company, it's been 5 years. But
Okay.
more than 5.
No, more.
I started in 2010. No, the company started in 2010. Yeah. We put music out since 08. Started the company in 2010, and so yeah, probably since 08. You know, we're
Going
that's when we put out the first
Yeah,
EP.
But we've been making just making music
Oh, man.
since we were little kids. You know,
Like 12
since,
years old.
Yeah, tape. We used to just have 2 tape decks. You know, he used to make the beat on the Casio joint. We used to play a melody and then play the tape into another deck while he's playing the drum and the keyboard, and then use that tape. The joint, the quality by the time the song was done,
terrible.
the quality
Yeah.
was crazy.
Yeah.
Watered down.
Yeah, but we used to make songs on tapes and then you know we got Pro Tools. I remember we got Pro Tools free, and in our life our world got flipped upside down. We used to just make songs just all the time.
Before they had the little locks on the Pro Tools lock. Now you used to be able to bootleg Pro Tools.
Oh yeah, because we didn't even know how to do that. So all we had Pro Tools free. I think it gave you 8 tracks to record. Maybe not even. Maybe like 4. Yeah.
But we just 2-tracking anyway.
Yeah.
At the time.
Well, do you feel like starting out with sort of the bare bones rudimentary stuff has allowed to, and I guess we haven't even asked, what do you use now? You like an MP, or what are you using to chop everything up?
Nothing's changed. We're still recording in the Pro Tools. And at the time when we got into making beats and finding like a workstation that would work for us, we got introduced to Reason back in 2001, and we haven't stopped using it. I mean, that's what we use to make the beats on.
Right.
And we record in Pro Tools. It's very simple. Have a Kai MPK 25. I mean, you know, just a small portable MIDI keyboard and a Newmark USB turntable.
Okay. Now, will one of you come and say, look, yo, I found this ill break, let's chop these drums up and I got these strings? Or do matter of fact make one beat, EP makes another beat, or do you guys collaborate on beats?
It's collaborative, and it's like he was saying, it's like, you know, it's not like you must start with drums every time. Like it doesn't.
Right.
You know, it's like
That's the
whatever
rule.
happens,
That's
you know,
the rule.
like,
You must start with drums.
it could be an idea. It could be a melody. It could be here's a sample we like. It could be here's drums we like. Whatever. It's just anything.
Even a lot of times even like a joke, like a lot of big Josh, like, you know, he has a lot of interesting sayings. Every time I get off the phone with this man or chill with this man, I just gotta write a couple notes down.
Can you give us that was what Rapswell actually asked was, what have you learned from Tropicana Josh? Like what's the...
It's
Okay.
I mean, it's hard to even I don't even know where to start. I mean, the man has had I'm trying to think of like a specific story of just getting an idea. I mean,
Did he with Smang Life? Did he come up with that?
Smang, I think, was more kind of like the whole squad, I think, kind of.
Okay.
I mean, he may have like, you know, one of the funniest things that he does that we like can't stop doing now is like referring to sausage as snossage, putting an N in it. Like,
Okay.
like you can't go order sausage
Right,
now and
right.
say sausage. Like we'll be at a freaking IHOP and say I want a side of snossage. Like, you know, that's just the type of shit he does. Like it's just.
Do you get a sideways look on that, or they know the deal? They're rolling with Tropicana,
everybody
Josh.
knows snossage.
Well, it's funny because I'm a little bit older than you guys. I'm 37, and I think weren't sausages like a dog treat?
Yeah,
at
it's a
one
dog
point?
treat,
Yeah, you
yeah.
might want to be careful with that. Yeah, Google that shit, man. In between checking out a cooking show on Poppin' Zits, Google sausages, and you'll
the
see a dog
commercials,
chowing down.
The sausage commercials were great, man.
Yeah.
It's all filmed from. It's like the original GoPro from the.
I'm
dog
pretty sure I
perspective.
ate one when I was younger. They were like, it looked like a. What are those things like the little mini hot dog wrapped in like a flaky
combo. It looks like a combo.
Yeah, that sounds good. Do you have
like
any
a
here?
chewy combo.
That sounds delicious, man.
I got some.
Like a pig in a blanket.
Right?
Yeah, like
yes, a pig in a blanket, except made out of horse dick.
I'm trying to think of just like Big Josh had
He inspires so much.
yeah, it's just like it's crazy. It's hard to even pinpoint. It's so much. It's like
strong ankles. If you've ever
oh
read-
my-
Right? Oh
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Oh yeah.
That's him.
that's all him right there.
Okay.
You know, when it comes to
Greek women. We talk about.
Oh, yeah, the Mediterranean.
Yeah. He loves thick Greek woman with some tzatziki sauce. yeah. He just it's crazy, man. It's a lot. It's a lot of bars. A lot of thoughts have come from just chilling with this man. It's like too many.
Now, does he roll with you when you go on tour, particularly to Europe?
He did
once.
Yeah, he did. Like one time we were able to bring him, and it was memorable, man. I'm just happy. You know, I never thought that. My folks ain't never been to Europe before. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy, just even being able to do some traveling like that, and to take a friend of yours. It was a crazy experience, man. We were hyped. We were hyped, man. And I'm happy. I'm happy. To see Big J walking around France and Germany. I mean, I brought a tear to my eye, man. It was crazy.
That's
People
what's up.
asking for him and shit.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah, we can't go anywhere without people asking for him. So it was good to come through and have him there. You know what I mean?
Well, it's funny because when
I like to be spoiled.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's Party Man. Yeah, he's another beautiful human being that we know too. I mean, yeah, we know a lot of cool, just interesting people, just off the wall.
Blended talents.
Yeah.
Well, so here's an interesting question. As you start to get more and more of an audience, do you find it harder and harder to, somebody's just sort of being annoying as shit, basically? Do you have a hard time to being like, you know what, you need to fall back a little bit? Or do you get those kind of people? I'd imagine you get some groupie girls that are really trying to get some tzatziki sauce with you guys after the show, you know what I mean?
Nah, man. At the end of the day,
mean-
we're just so appreciative, man. Like, I mean, who would we be to, we've had dudes get so close their beards are touching our beards and get the sweat, when they're trying to talk to us and tell us. But I mean, who are we gonna, who will we be to just be like, yo, fam, like fall back? Like,
Right.
it's just
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. Yeah, like
we're just appreciative, man.
shit is. Yeah, I mean, it's still bugged out for us, man. So yeah, I don't think I have it in me to like straight up just play somebody like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You gotta
you gotta be just acting off your rocker.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, we try to show as much love as we can, because now we get like people show love, man. Like we had people showing crazy love. We got people's mom coming out, you know what I mean, grandma coming out, people making art for us, t-shirts, people blowing up, risking their freedom, tagging, brawling shit in the city. You know what I mean? Just all kind of crazy stuff, man. So we try to show as much love as we can. Even like with people. We've had people hit us up and whatever we could do to help. That's within within our capabilities. We're down to help, man.
It's a dope attitude. That'll take you far for sure.
We appreciate it. Yeah, man. We're appreciative.
Are you guys? Are you the type like when you're at home and you got you can look through the next 6 weeks and know that you don't have to go on the road? You can make music at your own pace. Are you guys homebodies? Do you like to go out and get in the mix?
Yeah, I mean, you spend so much time working on music that I think we look forward to getting out, having like an adventure, and not to mention it also gives us like it gives us ammo for lyrics and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
I mean, we look forward to conversing with people, especially just fucking weirdos and shit, because it's just like,
Right.
that's gonna spark something. So like,
Yeah, it's tough to be. I feel like just being locked up, just straight hermit crab status. I think it kind of like stunts creativity.
Studio Monday through Friday,
Right.
9 to 5 is a session.
and it's like, nah, we can't do that.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
It's just gonna-
yeah.
This shit's gonna be.
We're just gonna sit here. We're just gonna sit here and just watch just boil popping videos.
Okay. Right.
Boy,
and get nothing done. So we like to have a nice little balance. Try to I gotta get up with Big J.O. I gotta hear some shit being spoken.
Right.
And I just gotta just feel the universe, the universal energy. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Have you guys ever approached people about sponsoring lyrics? Because I'm thinking like Tito's, Lime Chips. They got golden cross promotion opportunities here.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'll never forget when we made Here We Go for 2012, and Scoob, our manager and friend, who's actually here chilling right now. He pitched it to was it Budweiser was doing Here We Go, was their tag for a while, and I think like they responded. They're like, we respectfully declined, but thank you for reaching out. We're like, this would be perfect. It's Here We Go, Here We Go. Like,
Right.
put it in the ad campaign. Like, nah.
But I mean,
Like,
you
to your
guys know
point about sausage earlier.
We should hit up the Snob.
If someone's like, "Yo, you got the Tito's, huh?"
Yeah, I mean, it will work, right? You would think it would work. So yeah, man, we would love to, anything that we're already about in the first place, like, that's like no brainer shit. I mean, we would love to.
With it.
You know what I'm saying? So
are you guys legitimately about lime chips?
yeah, I mean that's something we definitely always love, but I can't front. That's Party Man's shit. Like he put us on the Tito's, and like the combination of
right.
drinking Tito's and having lime chips. That's all him, man. He kind of introduced us to that combo. We're not vodka drinkers, but Tito's actually happens to be really good.
Yeah. What do you get down with? You know, beer, scotch?
I mean, it's mostly on tour. It's beer and Hennessy, pretty much.
Okay.
I guess typical rap shit, but like even and again from us traveling, come to find out that like cognac in general is like a digestive, and it's like it makes sense why it goes down easy.
Right,
Right.
Comes out easy.
Appreciate it. You eat something, and then if you have some Henny before the show, like we feel good. We don't feel sick. We feel at ease, and
the dude was like,
sense.
they were like, I don't understand why you Americans drink Hennessy like this. They're like, over here they just drink Hennessy on a Sunday afternoon after like brunch. Like
Right.
they're like you. I don't know why you Americans like just take Henny to the face.
I feel like Mobb Deep or something.
Right. Well, it'd be straight up like drinking. I wonder if Mobb Deep had diarrhea just all the time.
I don't know. Does sickle cell give you diarrhea?
I don't know. Well, if you're drinking a bottle of Henny, that's like drinking a pot of coffee.
Yeah, maybe it is. I mean, I gotta say though, man, like it really like, and hopefully Hennessy's listening, but it really does.
Right.
No, they're definitely listening.
Right.
Don't even trip.
It really sets you like you feel comfortable. Like we've eaten some like unfortunately or unfortunately us glamorizing food and stuff like that. When we go on tour, it's a big thing for promoters and fans and stuff to be like, you guys got to go here, you got to eat this, you got to add that. And there's been numerous occasions where we've just eaten way too much before a show.
Right.
It's a bad look. You want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And you drink some Henny, man, and it really has settled our stomachs, man. So we see what they're talking about.
We need to have like we need to holler at Nas.
Yeah.
And we need to have like the health benefits of Hennessy.
Right.
in the next commercial.
Right. Well, it's interesting when I think about how some Europeans view Americans. Like it's like, yo, you're not using this shit for the way it's meant to be used. Have you noticed a lot of cultural differences when you guys tour over in Europe?
I mean, the funny thing is that the more we tour, the more I've kind of realized how like similar like people like I feel like before we went out there, our ideas of Europe were just based off of just what you hear, what you see, and every out there, man, like a lot like almost everybody we came in contact with speaks English as well as other languages. We've never really had an issue communicating with people. We have we hit up supermarkets and. We like first and foremost like we're not the type of cast that just like hotel McDonald's stage. Like we had some adventures, man.
Right.
We done been in the middle of Bulgaria after hours. You know what I'm saying? Like we done had some adventures. Just, yeah. You know, we all over the place. You know, we like take a walk, take a train, take a bus, looking around, going here, going there. You know, stay in the apartment for a week, going to the supermarket, cooking. Yeah, we chilling. You know what I mean? So yeah. We I could live out there. Like it's to tell you the truth, man. Like, you know, maybe you know, and everybody's different. You know, and everybody, you know, some people might not, you know, they feel like it's out of their comfort zone or something like that. But I gotta say that I can speak for E2. Like, you know, we kind of adapted quickly, and honestly, man, like, yeah, we might just stay out there for a couple years.
Okay.
Set up shop. Yeah.
What do you think about the women?
Oh, I mean, it's just gorgeous women out there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, just bad. Yeah.
Everywhere, but it's just different. You know.
Yeah, I mean, the States definitely. We don't shit on the States, but you know,
the world. The world is just, you know, the world is a big place, man. So it's different looking people from different parts of the world, and everybody beautiful. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. That's a very good. Everybody's beautiful. That sounds like the title of the next single.
That's the essence of the music.
Right.
That's right.
So speaking of which, what do you guys got coming up on the horizon?
Oh yeah, we've been feeling good, just working on. We got this. We're gonna be releasing an album called Dot Pop in the future.
Okay.
You know, we don't have any date or anything like that, but yeah, we're just working on that, and as well as just working on music in general. You know, we're gearing up, man. We're gonna be, you know, putting out videos, and you know, there's gonna be some stuff. People probably, you know, could be some stuff for other people, and I mean, it's just gonna be interesting stuff. So we feel good. We just been in a creative mode. So we just working on stuff, man, and just trying to balance it out with those universal energies. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
When we were prepping for the interview, Des sent me "Gang I Like That." That's relatively recent. Is that a tease off of something new?
Yeah, we just 2 days ago. Or?
Yeah, we just put it out.
Oh, damn, he's sharp.
Des is on it. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Well, yo, you guys have given us an hour. That's a lot of time. We really appreciate you guys coming on here. Tell the fans where they can check out some of your shit.
Yeah.
First and foremost, man, we appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, shout out to Chrome Bills, man, for hitting us up, man. Like we man, now we see what you guys doing, and you know how we talk about rapping into existence. I'm about to just start rapping. Yo, Chrome Bills having their own XM station.
All right.
I'm about to make a song called Chrome Bills XM.
Okay.
Chrome Bills XM in 2017, and it's gonna happen.
Watch
you know what I mean?
That's what's up.
So yeah, thanks for having us, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, everybody, you know, sees everybody, everybody hitting this up, and now you guys have been, you know, nothing but hospitable, man. So really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Next time you guys got something dropping, we'd love to have you on again to push it.
And if you guys come to DC, holla at us.
Yo, thank you guys, man.
Sure.
Real. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. And if anybody out there wants to come in contact with the DOP, you know, you can find us on you know, the gram, the book, the tube. All that.
Do you want to give out your home address, or is that too weird?
Home address.
And luckily, if you search Doppelgangaz AZ in Google, you know, we're the only ones who pop up. So yeah, just, you know, when all else fails, just search your favorite cloakies.
And you got a bunch of stuff on Spotify, a bunch of stuff on YouTube. You guys aren't hard to find, and I guarantee our listeners, once they find you, they're going to be happy.
Yeah, they're going to get hooked.
Yeah.
We call it the Chrome Bills bump.
Right.
Hey, we appreciate it.
Definitely, man. Shout out to everybody listening out there.
Word up.
Hell yeah. Thanks, fellas. This has been Chrome Bills episode 106 with the Doppelgangaz. Peace.
Thank you, fellas.
That was awesome, man.
Yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you so much.
Sure.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, man. Yeah, we'll be in contact, man, and especially I don't know if you guys are ever around doing whatever. If Dan comes through and shit and whatever, I mean, we should we can all get up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I'd actually be interested in talking to you guys about getting some beats. So, Matt, I'll stay in touch with you about that.
Oh, no question. No
Word.
question. Yeah.
You guys got any shows coming up in New York?
New York.
Yeah, I don't know if any. Yeah, maybe later in the year, I guess.
Maybe
not
more
much later. Maybe like fall probably.
Well, I'll be there for sure. I'll shoot you guys something like a couple days before.
Do you ever make it down to the D.C. area?
We initially were scheduled to have a DC show at one point. It didn't go through.
I'm sure it'll happen soon, though.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Steve and I are down here. Chuck's in New York. If you got something in one of those areas, let us know for sure.
Oh, for sure. No question. For sure, man. Absolutely. But yeah, thank you guys again, for real. It was a couple people hit us up, man. They were like, yo, you guys are doing well. It's funny because even some people hitting us up prior, like, yo, you should check out Chrome Bills. I guess they said that you guys may have mentioned this once or twice.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
We're like, yo, we start checking it out, and then next thing you know, it was like, yo, you guys want to do it? Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So you guys are really doing your thing, man, and like podcast, man, it's definitely like the wave, man. So yeah, we'll be championing you guys, man. Just had a pleasurable experience, man. It's really nice meeting you guys.
Cool,
And,
that's what's up.
You guys, shit, honestly, like Matt said, he's coming out with Chrome Bills 2017.
We're gonna split the
XM
check.
Radio, so that song will definitely take that shit to the next level. So man, you guys are doing your thing, man.
I can promise you we'll play the shit out of that on the podcast.
All right, good looking out, fellas.
Yeah,
We'll stay in touch,
definitely.
man. Be good.
Absolutely.
All right,
right.
have a
Yeah,
good
peace,
one.
guys.
Take
Take it easy.
Peace.
Yo,
that's
we
fine.
forgot to get a drop, but other than that, was
I think they
fucking awesome.
actually we could chop.
Yeah.
I can chop all that up and use that as a drop. That was crazy.
That was really dope, man. Cool cats. You know, it's funny. I feel like we're batting 1,000 in terms, like we haven't had. Well, you know what? At the only fucking whack interview we had was Dez and
It
Mitch.
was Dez and Mitch.
Wait, are we still taping? Because I'm fine if we are.
Yeah, we're still taping.
But it's so dope to like. You know, they say never meet your heroes. You know what I mean? Like it's so dope to interact with these kids, and they're so down to earth.
That was kind of surreal.
You know.
I don't mean it as disrespect to anyone else that we've interviewed in the past, but other than
fuck 'em.
honesty, like as far as catching someone at their prime,
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like these guys are fucking killing it. And maybe it's just because I slept on them and I'm catching it now.
Right.
But I feel like these guys are killing it, and you know I can't wait for the next release and all that. So it's a great time to catch an artist. And I mean, it on some level it felt like maybe the dick riding was a little bit an overdrive, but
It was heavy for a good 45
I really
minutes.
mean it. Like if you go back to other interviews, it's not on that level. Like
Right.
These guys are the group that I'm listening to the most right now. And we're guys that do a hip hop podcast. Our opinion means
Right.
a little bit. And that's, to me, that's one of the freshest groups out right now, period, in the genre of hip hop. So I'm glad we had them on Chrome Bills episode 106.
At one point, I almost started crying. I was like, "You guys are just so great." Yeah.
Do you remember when you said
Right. You remember the time the Smang Life? You remember that? That was awesome. Does it make you mad that when I talk to people, I'm like, God, your career is going so well, and but you're 29. You've got like another 10 years ahead of you.
Right. Oh, we should have offered him a shirt. Yeah.
We can. I'm sure we can
good.
hook it up. That's one thing I'd like to start doing with future guests. And actually, one thing that we should ask our listeners to give us some feedback on Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, all that, iTunes, all that stuff. Who would you like us to interview? Because I feel like we get our ideas, and we're gonna start interviewing some repeat guests. Like we'd like to have Slug of Atmosphere on to promote their new record, Fish and Blues. But if there's somebody you'd like us to talk to,
I feel like Homeboy Sandman is kind of a must-have here.
Yeah.
For this crew.
Okay.
If
I
I'm
think things
shooting
we
for
know that are coming up is, at least say known as like a 75% chance or higher, is someone from GetOnDown.com.
Right.
Which was a hip hop memorabilia spot that we were talking about a couple episodes back. It looks like Meticulous, who's a producer from New York City, who's been working with like your old Droog and Raw Digga and a lot of people putting out music. His album's actually really good. That came out in 2015.
Really good. YU's on
I
that
believe
joint.
he's going to be coming out. Yeah, I mean, we may have to get a beat from him. Steve actually shot me something. It was like Chrome Bill's intro remix.
Okay. Is that what you were sending around yesterday?
Hey, fuck it. Why not?
Okay.
Why
not
not?
wrong with that.
Yeah.
But to echo that point, I mean, if people out there, if you feel like there's a missing piece in your hip hop lexicon of people we don't talk about and haven't mentioned,
Right. Aim high.
It's probably we're just too busy listening to the doppelgangers.
Right. I mean, aim high. I
fuck Kendrick.
Kendrick.
Let's just go Kendrick. How about Elzai?
Actually, that'd be a great one.
That's probably within the realm of reasoning.
Yes.
That's like right at the tip. Like that's like
just the
thinking.
tip.
That's like thinking you can dunk, but you can touch the backboard.
But you can touch the
as
backboard.
opposed to
Right.
as opposed to Lord Finesse.
That is
Did you ever do that in high school?
fantastic-
That was the highest I got in
I
basketball.
used to hang on the rim, dog.
Could you really?
Hell yeah.
I was lucky to slap the backboard, and slap is a strong word. Maybe like 2 fingertips.
You could finger the backboard.
right,
He tickled the backboard.
right.
Yeah.
I'd be in the layup line. You'd hear, and then me.
That was fire.
That was
All
dope.
Let's go smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, thank you for
I gotta
listening,
give
everybody.
you a tour of the house here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, congrats. This is actually the first episode at the
Right.
new Chrome Bills. This is Chrome Bills South 2.0.
This is Chrome Bill's a little bit more north now.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's a cozy drive.
A scenic. It's a scenic.
yeah.
It's the scenic route.
If you're catching the lights, as much
you can
as
cruise, yeah, you
as
can
much as
cruise.
traffic drives me nuts, I always enjoy like a good smooth ride where like you're not stopping a lot.
Yeah, you can cruise.
But if you don't catch the lights,
Yeah, it could be a problem.
That's tough.
It could be a
I
problem.
feel like Cole should do a song #Catching Light.
Catching lights. It's interesting though because your lovely wife, when she goes to work, she's going to be just going through the meat grinder on. That's
It's
going to
gonna
be
be bad.
Imagine if
Yeah.
the Beltway had stoplights. That's what it's going to be like.
Right.
That's like the best metaphor for traffic I've ever heard. I don't know if you made that up, but
I just,
Like going
meat
right into the
grinder.
meat grinder.
just thought of that. You know what I
Like
mean?
like trying to clean a blender while it's
Right.
running or something. It's like, I'll clean this with my fingers.
I went to the beach last weekend.
Yeah.
Went through the city at 2:00 on Friday.
Oh,
Yikes.
God.
Yikes.
through DC from
Yeah.
Virginia to get out to Route 50.
Well, it was either that or the Beltway. So
Oh my god!
Do you know what the most horrible
You gotta
thing
just
is?
get a helicopter at that point.
just not go. How about that? That was my plan B.
Did you ever get stuck in traffic and you're like, then you go past like an accident and you're like, I hope somebody
Oh,
died.
yes. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
what is that,
Yeah.
man?
Oh,
Like, why do we do
yeah.
that? We're like, I hope somebody died for me to be
it's even
sitting in
worse than
traffic
it's like
for like
somebody
2 hours.
better be dead.
Right, exactly. Like somebody had better died. Like that's a terrible thing to
I feel
say.
like it's very hard to remain calm when all you can do is sit. And I think that's something that contributes to road rage and traffic being so annoying.
But it actually should make everybody like a Zen Buddhist who's in traffic.
Why?
Because you have to sit. Like you should be there. Everybody should be just meditating and whatnot.
Yeah. Well,
Or the
okay.
opposite
I
of
feel
what
like if
should
you were
happen.
passively involved with what was going on, but it's like, all right, I'm just going to zone out. Oh, wait, now I got to go 2 inches. You know what I mean? Like, and you do that 10 times over the course of 30 seconds. You're like, let's just fucking move.
I think you just discovered something, dude.
What's that?
Maybe we could figure out a way
Standing cars,
around. Not like you know how they have
also known as walking.
they have the automatic park systems.
Okay.
But if you were able to go into traffic mode,
Okay.
where you could actually just do that little, you wouldn't have to participate in the little incremental shit.
Right. Incremental shit. Incremental incidental. Well, so have we had this conversation? Would you guys use the cars that drive themselves?
I don't think I could let go of that control.
Okay. Chuck.
It would scare me.
But Chuck, you don't drive
Dude,
at all,
I-
right?
I haven't driven shit. The other day, I had to drive to JFK Airport. I've got a project out there. I had to drive to JFK Airport from my spot. I picked up a zip car, right, a block from where I live, and I realized that I don't even know how to get started on that trip. Not that I don't know how to get there. I don't even know the equivalent for you guys of like, all right, I just got to get on 495 and then I'll figure it out once I get off the exit.
Oh, you
like
couldn't
I'm like,
even
I
do
don't
that.
even know what road you take to get there.
Not-
And I've taken 10 cab rides there, and they've all gone the same way.
Because he's zenned out.
Because
I'm like, go to
Zen mode,
Brooklyn, no.
Right.
Go to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Like, all right, so is it Brooklyn Bridge?
So zip
Williamsburg
cars
Bridge.
don't have, I don't mean like a
Please do
dashboard
not
mount
tell them.
GPS. They don't have any kind of navigation system in them.
People just
I
use
did. No, I
phones.
did it on my phone. But,
Okay.
And then in typical New York fashion, it was like, make a right on South Street, and it was closed. So then I went left, recalculating.
Right.
So this is quite an adventure.
Just go home and die in 0.3 miles.
You ever had that just recently where like your phone, you run out of batteries on your phone and you're in the middle of the navigation, you're like, holy shit.
Can I-
haven't done this in such a long time.
Not to make this into one of my
here it
fucking
goes.
old man rants.
Here it goes.
I
Oh,
don't-
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
There's two things that I don't understand. Number one, why do people still wear watches when you have a phone? Because it just does a whole lot more and it's not as cumbersome. But at the same time, how do people's phones run out of batteries? Everywhere you go, there's outlets. And then if you're in your car, can't you just plug it in to charge it? I swear to God,
Not
I'm never
everybody
below
car-
like 25%.
Because not everybody carries a cable around with them.
Well, no, but the different, if you have a routine Like I have a charger at work, I have one at home, but then I have one in my car. Do you not have a phone charger in your car?
I went and bought one when that happened.
Okay. All right. Well,
Straight
that's
up.
Darwinism at work for you.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Dropped 20.
I'm kind of with Cole in that where like my phone's never run out of battery on a weekday.
You're saying it's personal. You're saying I'm irresponsible.
No, I just.
No,
but
that's
it's
where
the
you guys are
kind
going here.
of. You're probably the most responsible person I know.
And also the least responsible.
Is that true? Is there a little
That's not
dichotomy
true.
in you?
There is
Okay.
a little dichotomy. Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I think
Okay.
with everybody. You know, your arms have a dichotomy.
Man, it's so
His arms, my man's arms. I think that was off the air. My man's arms have the craziest dichotomy. It's like if you were, you know what I would make it the equivalent of? If you were on a golf course, but the fairway just immediately abutted.
Wow.
Dense forest.
No, that's definitely the sand trap abuts the
right.
abuts the rough.
You know what was ill was when we weren't sure if they were connecting on the call, and I was showing you guys right. You were like, "Oh, they're on the screen." I was like, "The first fucking thing Doppelgangaz see of the Chrome Bills podcast is my half waxed arm and the rest of the fur."
Wax.
I will never show. Actually, there's enough pictures circulating on text between Ali and Doug.
Yeah, I think that should be well, if it wasn't the doppelgangers on,
Maybe the next one.
Yeah, that'll be fully grown in by the next time.
Right.
All right.
Line
Peace,
of the
Chuck.
night.
Line of the night.
Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. As always, please share with your friends and enemies, subscribe, and leave a comment.
And if you're listening for the first time, check some old episodes. We got some good interviews out there. We got, guys, help me out. We got Edan.
Who are you?
Slug,
Who are you?
Odyssey,
Who are you?
Rags,
Who are you?
Throwdown,
Sage Francis.
Forget tons of people.
Why you?
Who are
Hickey,
you?
Big Slop, Why you?
True.
Who are you?
We're going to get Kokai on a future episode.
Who
We
are
did a verse for the With Project.
That's what's
Who
up.
are you?
You know what I
Wax.
mean?
We can't forget Wax.
Did I say Sage?
Who are
Sage
you?
Francis.
Yeah, you did.
B. Dolan.
I think you
Who
said
are
Sage
you?
Francis like 3 times.
Cass
Who are
1.
you?
Kaz 2, Cubby Bear,
Sage
Who are
Francis.
Artemis. Don't forget Artemis.
Artemis 2 we had on here.
Rags.
Who are you?
Cam
Throwdown.
1. How am I forgetting the homies?
Oh,
Sometimes it's like, it's easy to
we
forget
fucked
people
up.
closest to you. Cam 1.
Max Beats.
Max Beats.
Who are you?
Come on, man. Who haven't we had on here? That's a shorter list.
Elzai.
Your house is it's so different.
It's
There's a lot of cat food bowls like in
cavernous.
different areas.
Right now it's cavernous and there are several cat bowls. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
you know
That's
what I
a good-
mean? Like
That's a very good observation. Dude,
I think that's
have
actually
not,
a Bone song. They're like, smoking cat balls, rolling cat balls.
Can I ask you this?
smoking
Yeah.
cat
How
balls."
many ending of the show do you think we average where we're like, all right, thanks, folks, and then we go on like another tangent? Because I feel like
By the way,
every
this
episode
one's
is
a
at least
weird
5.
situation though because I'm not taping it. So normally, what would happen
Yeah.
is we kill it,
Yeah.
and we have this like, all right, we're off the air moment.
Well, I mean, I can go back and just delete all this.
No, fuck no. This is gold.
You
Yeah,
want
this should at least be 106A.
I feel like we drink a lot of limoncello by
Yeah,
accident.
there's a lot of limoncello going down. That's all right though. Is it an aperitif that you have at Tennessee's a digestif, right? A digestif,
Limoncello would be a digestif.
and then an aperitif would be something you have before the meal, right?
Correct, and those are usually more like herby than
Okay.
sugary, like Chinar or technically like vermouth.
Okay,
Vermouth is a bad example though, because if you've ever had even sweet vermouth by itself, it's not very good.
but that's typically a mixer, right? Or was it generally by itself?
It started as a pre, like the herby ones to kind of open you up.
Okay, okay.
Yo, Chuck put me onto this. What was the name of that little? It's like the little drink in the green bottle in the fucking paper bag, dude. My stomach.
Oh, I
was,
think I was having that for the first time anyway.
dude, my
Mad
stomach.
Dog?
Yeah, that when we were out in Brooklyn, yeah.
We were in
Ecto
Brooklyn
Cooler?
and we went out. Where the fuck did we go to dinner? And we went like for Valentine's Day dinner with our ladies. Okay, let's get that.
Just
We
do us.
ate way too much.
Okay.
We ate way too much.
Did the girls eat too much?
And the girls, everybody ate way
Okay,
too much.
okay.
And we were going to see Edan spin records at this bar. And
It's called
I was-
Bergen,
yeah, I
which
was
is
like-
in like Bed-Stuy or Crown Heights or something.
I was
Okay.
like, I want to go home. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
You know, it's fucking
Yeah.
10 o'clock. I'm
Yeah.
like, we're there for the weekend. We want to party it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And Chuck was like, hey, do you have any of this, whatever the fuck? This little shot. It's like a little shot, dude.
Okay.
I swear to God, both of us took that, and we probably drank 10 Dark and Stormies after that.
Oh, really?
We rang up like a
It got everything
$200
flowing.
Dark and Stormy
Yeah.
bill.
Yeah, we were completely fine after the magic. It kind of tasted like a way better version of
Jägermeister.
Jaeger, like
Yeah.
stripped
Okay.
down from all the sugar.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a joint up the street from me. It's called Space Bar, and all they sell is craft beers. And then what would the sandwich be that you would?
A Reuben.
It's fucking grilled cheese.
Oh.
People are like, let's go out there. Like, we'll go start out at Space Bar and then bar hop. I'm like,
No.
how is this place open past 8 o'clock at night?
Oh.
Everybody just eats and falls asleep in the parking lot.
Just has the worst farts you could ever smell in your life.
Well, I do feel like that's, it was interesting talking to them, to the doppelgangers about, when you go somewhere and people's expectation is like, all right, in a 4-hour window, we want to feed you a lot of food, and then we want you to rap for 90 minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's a tough one to pull off.
You try this homemade pasta.
Right.
Like knowing they're gonna be in the crowd and be like, damn, I ate too much.
Right. They went home. Did I ever tell you this story about the time I played in Boston and I'd had fried rice and
I told you. No, but I remember the other part of the story.
No, this is a separate time. That one was with Sage, who I don't know if I've mentioned that we've had on the show. Who are you? But we were touring with Idea and Abilities. We were playing in Boston, and I went out to this. It was a spot like right around the corner.
Danny's.
No, it was basically like a nicer version of Danny's, but I got a huge thing of fried rice. But I had 2 Sierra Nevadas.
Oh,
I felt like I had a concrete brick in my stomach. But here's the funny part.
Then you took a shit.
No.
Oh.
This, it's funny. I'm starting to wonder if that's why I started smoking cigarettes on the road. Because that's my move, man. Puff 1 cig, take a shit before the set, and good to go. But here's the funnier part. I had these signs where it'd just be some stupid jokey shit like buy a t-shirt or something. And my homie in the front row was like, yo, flip it, man. Flip it. I was like, I'm going to flip it. I'm going to kill it. After the set, he was like, I was telling you to flip the sign. You were holding it upside down.
I'm gonna flip it.
You remember Chuck Blakesley?
Yes.
It was him.
Hey, yo, flip it.
That was a tough night.
Flip this.
Yeah, that's my dude. That guy was so nice on the mic. Man.
Yeah,
he
was
did
sick.
this one joke thing where he rhymed like a guy, like a total Midwest, like Kentucky cowboy, and it was just battle raps. Like it was a YouTube video mimicking a Funk Flex freestyle, and the guy came out. He's like, "You can't handle my raps. I got Camel Cash in my fanny pack. Buy your flannel hat." Like it was just this perfect 12 bars, 16 bars in character.
Yeah.
It was nice. I think Cole and I are actually on a song on one of his albums.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Doing it back and forth. We have like a 16 bar line for line back and forth.
Yeah,
Why we approached it that way, I have no idea.
just a lot of stuff happened.
A lot of years.
Yeah,
We were writing a lot. I think it was while we were doing the First Name Basis album
Yeah.
or something.
That was
and we're like,
great.
yo, we're just doing so much shit right now. We should just fucking flip it this way.
absolutely. Flip it. So flip the sign,
Hey,
W.
yo, flip it.
Flip the sign.
What is that binary star record you have behind you?
That is the dude One Below or One Man Army was in that group.
No, I know, but what record is that?
Oh, it's Masters of the, it's actually, that's weird. It's almost like half the songs of an album.
Okay.
Like an EP.
No, but there's an album called Masters of the Universe.
Right.
Oh,
And this has like 4 songs and 2 instrumentals from that album.
okay.
Huh.
Well, it's vinyl,
Rea-
so it would
rea-
have to have.
Reality Check, Conquistadors, KGB, and some other joint with Juice on it. And then Reality Check. Actually, it's a 3-song vinyl.
Right.
Okay. So it's a single.
All right, enough.
It doesn't look that way. This is not influenced by the amount of beer.
Yo, it literally says on the front, Masters of the Universe, tracks 1, 2, and 17.
Wow.
Like it literally tells you.
Why does it have the
these
one
are-
in the lower
That's
right
the same
corner?
cover as the album. So like that's what threw me off.
It's because they probably took the album and chopped it up into a series of singles.
Okay.
Not a bad idea. I don't think I've ever seen another group do that. Like
Do you
here's
think people knew the songs more because it was a CD burner age where they were just like, yo, 1 and 2, nice.
no.
Right,
I think
right.
I think whoever put that out was like more of a control freak than C's Mike's.
Yeah.
He was like, this is 1, 2, and 17.
Right. We should name. Shut up.
We should name the songs.
But it names them on the back.
Right.
It's just like, I feel like they thought people knew it more by the track numbers because it was just getting burnt.
Yeah. There was a time, right?
There was.
There
a
was
time.
that little window. I think
was
it
a
came out in
time.
that little window.
I like number 5.
Right.
Like, nah, dude, not number 5.
Well, I feel like that's always a risky thing when we're interviewing people. Like, yo, like track 7 on your album. Like, I definitely bought it,
Right.
but I didn't.
Right.
You know, like
Yeah.
that. You got to be careful with that shit. Don't let them know that you're a cheapskate. Have you bought any? I've actually bought a couple Doppelgangers things from Bandcamp.
Wow. I was this close to pulling the trigger, and I was browsing while I was using the restroom today.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay. Yeah. It was either buy their stuff or wash your hands.
You have never known me to lie, and then
Right.
I just, I got distracted and got up and left.
That's all right. Hey,
I was going.
there's
for
always
it.
time. I'm surprised. I think they would do very well in DC.
Yeah.
I think they'd be a good fit. Like, trying to think of. Well, I know Action Bronson's played down here. I don't know if they have some kind of relationship with him, but I bet they'd be a good opening act for him, especially down here at the Fillmore.
I mean, he did. I went into his show at the Fillmore. It was,
Right.
that's Live Nation.
Right.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Anyway, stars of the show tonight with Doppelgangers. Matter of fact, EP. Thank you very much to Dezmatic of Pig Food Records for putting it all together, man.
Shout out to the homie. Episode
Should we keep-
106.
We should keep going.
Keep
man.
going. What's another? You know what else really bothers me about
I
traffic?
really have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
If you
me
guys
too.
are still here when I get back.
I want to smoke a cigarette.
We'll roll.
All right, Chuck. I'll holler at you, man.
All right, peace, Chuck.
Peace, guys.
Let's listen to the playback.